Good evening. My name is Tracy Dickens, and my research proposal was on PLCs or professional learning communities and its disconnect with schools. The proposal: while professional learning communities are supposed to support the school by providing educators with time to meet collaboratively and share their expertise and ideas of improving teaching skills and academic and performance of the students, many schools are not using this time in their PLCs to follow through on a theory of how it is supposed to be conducted. In previous research, there has been a history of disconnect between the theory of how professional learning communities should be conducted, its implementation, and its follow through in the schools. I want to quickly give a background knowledge on what a PLC is. This is a section in my paper as well. PLC stands for Professional Learning Community. It assesses and identifies student needs and makes sure that these needs are met by all staff members. It is staff led. Most of the time, they don't want administrators in there, so the teachers feel comfortable to lead the PLCs and to talk openly amongst one another. During this time, you can discuss and learn new teaching and instructional strategies, research or inquire research or inquiry that will help improve student achievement, implement strategies, and monitor students' progress. Teachers also then come back together to discuss what worked or did not work, and then they make the necessary adjustments for student growth. This is what's supposed to happen in a PLC, but many times and often in different schools, we know that these things are not happening. And my proposal was to see, why is this? In the literature review, much of the literature discussed how to start up a PLC or what a PLC should look like and how it's run, but it did lack research on the negative effects of a PLC or what makes a PLC ineffective in a school. Um, a lot of times that in a PLC, no one knows what to do or exactly what a PLC looks like. So this information was not really heavily addressed in many of the research that was given in PLC research. Here on my this slide are my research questions. Research question number 1: what are some major reasons why PLCs can be ineffective in school? Research question 2: with the lack of guidance in creating and monitoring a PLC, is it having a negative effect on PLCs? DQ3: does the staff involved know what their roles are? DQ4: does the staff know what actually a PLC should involve? And DQ5: do staff members feel negatively towards PLCs because of previous setbacks in other schools or in other PLCs implemented, or thoughts of time in PLC? And most of the time, I know a lot of teachers are always addressing that there is not enough time to do everything that is asked of us, and then to add for us to be in a PLC or take our time to conduct be to have to attend a PLC. I know that kind of gets in the way of all the other things that we have to do. And I just kind of quickly want to go over the last couple of things about the research. So the research design is over a course of a 15-week time frame. 2 weeks will be the in the initial 2 weeks, it will be a distribution of an initial PLC kind of checklist. Where are you in your PLCs um, to the principals. From there, we will take a week to analyze and sort through, all right, which one of your proficient PLC providers, and then which one are your intermediates, and which ones are that have no, guidance, no, don't know where to start, or just don't have a PLC in their school at all. So we'll group those there, the groups schools there in Fulton County. Then we from there just randomly draw three schools in the proficient, one in the elementary, one in the middle school, and one in high school, one in the intermediate, three schools from the high school intermediate area, which would be a elementary school, middle school, and high school, and also three schools, one at elementary, middle, and high, and a novice, so that we're just randomly selecting schools. So there'll be a total of 9 schools. From here, we would take a 9-week course that kind of gives you kind of a quarter of a semester to weekly or however long however often you pull the PLC to go through a checklist, make sure that you are what are you doing, writing down these notes of what are you exactly doing. Here from the proficient, we can see what things that they're doing that's working, that's moving their PLCs right along. In the intermediate, we're able to see what they're doing or what they're not doing, and a novice, see what they're doing or not doing in their PLCs, and kind of do a kind of a compare and contrast. That independent variable will be the proficient schools, and the dependent variables will be the intermediate and novice schools. From there, we just kind of analyze and come up with a list of factors that may have a negative effect on PLCs and the reason why that they are ineffective and not working at all. And then from there, we can also create a list to add on to the things that we already know of how to effectively put a PLC into place or implement it. From there, we'll give research. After researching and analyzing the data, we will then go back and give feedback um, to the schools, the kudos and the glows and grows. And from there, that is my presentation of my research proposal paper.